Today we're going to be talking about some of the slowest supercars in GTA Online and some of them that should be a lot faster. Let's start off with some of the obvious ones, like the Voltic and the Cyclone. The Voltic has a top speed of 106 miles per hour for a supercar that is extremely low. It's based off of a Tesla Roadster in real life. I would assume it would have a bit higher of a top speed, but it is obviously a fairly old vehicle, so maybe in the future we'll get a newer version of a Tesla Roadster with a higher top speed. Then we have the Coil Cyclone, which honestly is a pretty fast car, but its top speed is really low. Since it is also an electric vehicle, its top speed is only 116 miles per hour, which isn't that great. And then we have some of those older, slower supercars, like the Infernus, which hits speeds of 117 miles per hour, the Bullet, 118 miles per hour, the Cheetah, 120 miles per hour, and the Vaca, which hits 120 miles per hour as well, which are honestly pretty decent speeds for such old vehicles. They're just not going to be keeping up with some of the newer vehicles that we have right now. For example, we got the Sultan Rs, which hits speeds of only 117 miles per hour, which really isn't that fast. I've always thought that this should be a sports car, not a supercar. And then we have actual race cars, like the ETR1, which hits speeds of only 120 miles per hour. That is one of the slowest supercars in GTA Online. I find that really crazy, considering it was released with a racing update, and it only hits speeds of 120 miles per hour. And then we have the SC1, which also only hits a top speed of 120 miles per hour. Now, I'm pretty sure everybody knows this isn't the fastest car because I never see anybody using it in any kind of races. And then we have the Tempesta, which only hits speeds of 121 miles per hour. For a Lamborghini Huracan, you would expect it to go a little bit quicker. And then we have the Entity XF, which only hits speeds of 121 miles per hour. For an older vehicle, I have to admit, that's still pretty decent, and we all know it was one of the fastest vehicles to use in races when GTA Online first launched. And then we got the Pegasi Reaper hitting speeds of only 121 miles per hour, which is still pretty fast, but for a supercar, it's still well below average compared to all of the other supercars that are pretty damn fast in GTA Online. And then we got those OG vehicles like the Turismo R hitting top speeds of 121 miles per hour and the Zentorno hitting top speeds of 122 miles per hour. I still see people use the Zentorno all the time in races. I never see anybody use the Turismo, but still, they're pretty damn fast, and it surprises me that they're faster than a lot of the other newer cars that we've gotten in GTA Online. And then next, we have the Osiris. Now, I expected the Osiris to be a lot faster than it is. It only hits speeds of 122 miles per hour, and it's based off of a Pagani Zonda. That's an insane car in real life, and it is extremely fast, but in GTA Online, it's really not that fast. And then we have the Grody Furia. And this car is based off of a bunch of extremely high-performance Ferraris in real life, yet it only hits top speeds of 122 miles per hour. Next, we have the T20. When this was first released, it was one of the best cars to use in races. Now it only hits a top speed of about 122 miles per hour. I believe a lot of these vehicles have received nerfs over time, but I'm not 100% sure by how much. Next, we got the XA21, also hitting a top speed of 122 miles per hour. Following that is the S80RR hitting a top speed of 123 miles per hour. Now, I have to admit, this car is amazing when it comes to handling. As you guys know, it's not all about what their top speeds are. It's mainly based on their acceleration and their handling, and of course, how the person drives the car. The S80RR is still an amazing vehicle, even though it doesn't have the highest top speed. But then next up, we have the RE7B. Now, I remember this thing used to be extremely fast, and then Rockstar did end up nerfing it. It only has a top speed of 123 miles per hour. As I said before, this is a race car. At least it's not like the ETR1 though, which is one of the slowest supercars in the game. The RE7B is just below average compared to some of the other supercars that we got in GTA Online in terms of their top speeds, but it is still classified as one of the slower supercars in GTA Online. Following that, we have the Tyrus hitting a top speeds of 123 miles per hour. It's never been my favorite vehicle, and of course it was also released with the Cunning Stunts Racing update, so I think it should have been a little bit faster. Following that, we have the GP1 hitting top speeds of 123 miles per hour, and then the Penetrator hitting top speeds of 124 miles per hour, which I used to actually use all the time, and it's fairly cheap, sitting at a price of only $880,000. For a car that can hit top speeds of 124 miles per hour, that's a pretty decent amount of money, comparing it to some of the other cars, costing well over $2 million and hitting nowhere near that top speed. And then we have the Trifadi Thrax hitting top speeds of 124 miles per hour, which is still pretty fast, but but it's way too damn expensive. Now I know I just listed off all of these cars, and yes, they are all fairly slow compared to a lot of the other supercars that we have in GTA Online. Their top speeds aren't terrible, but they aren't the fastest. But now I'm going to tell you guys some that should be way faster considering how expensive they are. And just for comparison, the Italia Gtb costs $1.18 million and it has a top speed of 126 miles per hour. The regular Nero costs $1.4 million and it has a top speed of 126 miles per hour. The Wagner has a top speed of 126 miles per hour and it only costs $1.5 million. So you could see we got some pretty fast supercars for a pretty cheap price. But then we move back to some of these slower cars that cost a fortune, like the Thrax, costing $2.3 million and it only has a top speed of 124 miles per hour. Following that is the RE7B, costing $2.4 million and its top speed is only 123 miles per hour. And then we have the Tyrus, also hitting a top speed of 123 miles per hour, costing $2.5 million. And then after that we have the Furia, hitting a top speed of only 122 miles per hour and costing $2.74 million. And then finally we have the T20, only costing $2.2 million with a top speed of 122 miles per hour, which I have to admit isn't the worst. That car is still pretty damn amazing whenever I drive it around, but still, these cars are so damn expensive, yet they're some of the slower supercars that we have in GTA Online. I don't really have anything against any of the cars that I mentioned in this video. I'm just letting you guys know some of the slower supercars that we have in GTA Online, just for your own personal knowledge. Now, like I said, it's not all about top speed, and I'm sure a lot of people already know that. It's mainly about how you drive the car, the acceleration of the car, and how it truly handles. I did make a pros and cons video of all of the supercars in GTA Online a while back. I'm gonna have to make an updated video on that because we have received a lot of other supercars in the past couple of months. And if you guys want to see an episode of this but on sports cars, let me know down below in the comment section. But anyways, that's pretty much gonna wrap the video up for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.